Yo, what's up guys? My name is JT and this is of course Model Railroad in the Southwest. So this is the newest 2022 release of the ScaleTrains ET44C4 GEVO. So I have three of these in BNSF. This is one of them. I'm only going to showcase one of them because they're all basically the same and I'd be boring you if I did all three of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and open up the box. This case is very well built. It's very similar to the cases that the Athearn Genesis locomotives come in. It's quite durable. Let's go ahead and lift off the cover. Underneath the cover you'll find the operator's manual. There's really not much to it. It's just information about the decoder and how to operate the locomotive. If you lift up this piece of foam you'll find the locomotive and it's very well packed in there. It's not going to go anywhere. So let's get this out of the box and check it out. The packaging that the locomotive comes in is a clamshell style packaging, so we'll go ahead and slip that off. On the top you'll find some spare bearing caps. And like I said, the locomotive is very well packed. So let's get all this packaging off and take a better look. So here's the model set up on the Lazy Susan, and let me tell you, this model is very, very nice. It's very well done. I think ScaleTrains did an exceptional job on this model. I found no issues with this model whatsoever once out of the box. There's no issues with the paint, with the detailing, or anything like that. So let's go ahead and do a quick 360 of it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a better look at the cab. The front of the locomotive looks really good. It has a very good looking PTC antenna, some lit number boards, some separately applied windshield wipers that are on some extremely clear glass, and behind that glass is a full cab interior, a good looking headlight, some separately applied grab irons that look very good. On the front you'll find is some lit ditch lights, MU hoses, and also there is a hanger that holds this hose in place, which you really don't find on models quite often. And also you'll find the ScaleTrains coupler, which I like. Some people don't. I think it looks pretty good. The side of the locomotive looks very well done. It has a ton of detail and a ton of photo etched metal grills. You'll see a lot of the photo etched metal grills over here, and behind these grills you'll find some cross bracing that you can see behind the grill, which I think is really neat. I think it's really cool that they did that. And you can see ever so slightly over here, you can see the bottom of the fans behind the grill there. On the underbody you'll find that there's a ton of detail. It's almost overwhelming. And on the trucks you'll find that there's the roller bearing caps. The rear of the locomotive is just as fantastic as the front. It's just as detailed and it just looks just as good. I really like the way the rear of these GEVOs look. I think they just look really cool. So you'll find the MU hoses underneath here along with the coupler, and that same little chain you can find there. It's kind of like a bracket. It's holding up that hose there, and I think that's such a great touch. You really don't see that all too often on models. And I love the way that sand filler hatch looks right there. It looks really good. On the engineer side, the detailing continues, and one thing that I wanted to point out is behind these grills that you can see a little bit of detail behind there, and the framing continues on this side as well, along with all the great underbody detail. One thing that I like to really point out about models is the horn. If you really can't look down into that horn, and it doesn't look realistic, that's a really big deal breaker for me. It just kind of kills the whole vibe of the entire model. This one's really well done. You can even see the bolt and bolt detail behind the trumpets for the diaphragms, and I think that's really cool. 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 I think that's really co The top of the long hood looks really good. Just behind the cab you'll find this area with a ton of decals, and the whole rest of it has a ton of latch detail and some lift rings as well, and the exhaust stack there that you can't see down into, but it is painted black, so it looks realistic enough to pull it off. So it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take this over to the layout and see what it sounds like. Yet again, I think ScaleTrains has hit this out of the park. The paint was flawless, the details were phenomenal, and the sound was impeccable. Next go around, for sure, I'm going to order 3 of these in Union Pacific, and I think those are going to look amazing as well. So that's pretty much it with this video, guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and put in a comment below. So thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Take care and keep between the rails.